Took this trade in F period. This is really sped up. It was about an hour and a half to take this trade, and you're going to see it in about 6 minutes. You can see I entered there as F period pulled back, put a stop over the E period. My first target is the low, front running that value area low and the B and A low. You can see how they're just stepping down there. So I thought, made sense that they were going to push lower. I wanted to get this first contract off, and on the second one, I wanted to try and hold it, because if you look on a 4H chart, we were basically in an upward sloping channel, and we were at the top of that channel. So I thought there was a good chance that we would, fall back into that channel. I wanted to do whatever I could to stay in this trade and hold, to try to get through that and to be in that break if we did break lower. Now I just pulled that second contract out of the way, because I was thinking somewhere around 205 is what I thought would be a good ultimate target. And I would just, if we did break here, I would just keep following it down with my stop, see how far I could get. So I put the 40 ticks in there as just a marker to see, where that's at, just so I know where that 10 points is at. Right there, as the G period come down, that was about, I think 21 ticks, or 19 to 21 ticks, basically. And here, my stop should be over that F high, but I just wasn't going to take a loss on this in case it was going to rip against me. I just kept that stop tucked up there as well as, as far as I could. To me, it still looks like they were going to at least, flush through the bottom, even if it snapped back on me. Right here, it did flush through almost to my 40 ticks. I just put in the 27, ticks just so I know where that point of reference is at. I thought for sure it was going to break loose here. Also, there's lots of reasons why I would have got out of this trade, because normally I would have taken it. I probably would have closed it here, actually. I would have taken my 27, or that first one at 20 or whatever that was. I would have taken my second contract now, especially when we didn't get to my 40 ticks there. I definitely would have taken it there. But the whole point of this trade was to see if I could be in that break if it happened. So I was willing to, risk these ticks on this second contract to see if I could make it. Right there, I'm pointing out that filling the singles on the G period, you could have entered there. And probably when it didn't break right here, I should have closed the trade, or if you would have entered in that H period, which I don't think was that great of a trade just because of the positioning and the way everything's set up here. But if you did, and it didn't break that H or extend that H, I definitely would have gotten out of that trade. It's normal when you take those single fills, it keeps moving. Like I said, my whole mission was to stay in this, use this or hold this contract and stay in this as long as I could. That orange line, that's the open. So here's another opportunity that you could have shorted this. I just didn't want to put any more contracts on this, and I felt like we already made an attempt to break lower. I wasn't going to risk any more on this trade, but you could have taken that H short, basically with a stop over the G high. And then when this I opened, you see this all the time where it'll pop over a couple ticks and then move down. But I was watching that value area low to see if we got a bounce right in there. That's why I highlighted that area. If we were to bounce there, I would have closed the trade, because that's a good sign that you're turning around and, we'd be moving higher. I got through there pretty easy. So when the I period moved down and had a hard time breaking this low, I started moving the stop down. I figured if it snapped back on me, I was just going to close it. But I really wanted to stay in it as, as long as I could, but it took me out right there at about, I think that was about 38 ticks.